And if he didn't, what would be your
I
explanation?
don't remember whether he did. Well, first of all, Ernst Mayr, the great, I mean, he was here, I think.
Here at the American Museum of Natural
Yeah.
History.
He thought it was because of essentialism. He thought that because of Aristotle and Plato, who thought that just because they thought like geometers, I mean, a right angle triangle is a kind of perfect form sort of hanging out there. And they thought that the perfect rabbit, the perfect rhinoceros, was hanging out there just like a right angle triangle. So you couldn't imagine how a rabbit could turn into anything different. That was his explanation. That wouldn't be mine. I mean, I think it's just that.
That's an interesting one, though, because it speaks to the bias that we have observing nature. I mean, even in my field. So my people, including Copernicus, could not shake the idea of orbits that were perfect circles. They couldn't shake that. Why would God design a universe with a shape that wasn't geometrically perfect? So even Copernicus, putting the sun back in the middle of the known universe, had circular orbits. And since the orbits are not circles, they actually differed from predictions on the night sky. So that was a problem at the time. It's like Copernicus, this might work, but it still doesn't fit. The epicycles are doing much better. And so it wasn't instantly taken up, including the resistance, the church resistance, of course.
Of course, yes.
Earth wasn't in the middle anymore. Our counterpart to what I think you're describing is the urge to try to presume nature was perfect and then account for it with everything we know that is.
Going back to why it took so long and the idea of the perfect rabbit, the perfect rhinoceros, the perfect horse, in a way that was a bit silly because if you want to look at, I mean, a population of rabbits is pretty variable. And anyway, that was Ernst Mayr's explanation for why it took so long. Darwin did it by going via artificial selection. Everybody knew, farmers knew, horticulturalists knew, gardeners knew that you could change a rose, you could change a cabbage by just breeding. And really Darwin's insight was to say you don't actually need a breeder. You don't need a human to do the breeding. Nature does it for you. Survival does it for you. It's not that difficult.